Welcome to Talking Comics, where we are bagged, boarded, and pre-recorded. I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
We have two guests with us today. Introduce yourself, guests.
I'm Garrett.
Jerry.
We're doing this might be a little shorter. I don't know how long this will run. But we are doing a villains podcast. Gonna list off some of our favorite villains. Any reason's good, whether you liked them in a movie, whether you liked them in a comic book, just whatever reason you like this villain. So I'm gonna let Sean kick us off here.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty tough, because there's so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of
narrowing this down was like pulling teeth. Okay, so I'm gonna go in ass-ending order, starting with number 5, and this by no means says that this one's better than that one or the ones that didn't make the list, because there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
I put at number 5 Galactus.
All right, yeah.
You guys familiar with Galactus?
Yep.
The World Eater.
Yeah, pretty basic. You don't have to get too in depth with them, but think about it. Think of any character, any alien, any sort of comic book thing. They exist on what planet? I mean, pick it.
Yeah.
Galactus will eat that.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go.
You remember that one Galactus cosplay we saw at Comic-Con? There was a little kid,
Yeah, I saw that.
and he had a little tiny Earth in his hand.
Yeah.
With the ball.
Yeah.
That was adorable.
I'm like, Galactus might want to eat a couple worlds. He's like a little small.
Yeah.
He's a lot less intimidating when you see him in real life.
Yeah.
I saw a Galactus pool somewhere.
He looks so much bigger.
I think I could beat Galactus. Just punch a little kid in the face. Yeah.
Can't even eat a moon.
Yeah. Save the universe. That's why Silver Surfer tanked. That's not that turns out beating Galactus is now hard.
Damn.
Burn.
So yeah, that's my number 5.
Number 5.
Want me to go? Keep going?
I'll go next. I'll kind of do the same thing as you. I'll give the number 5 spot for me to Doc Ock.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I've noticed there's actually kind of a thing going on my list of, and you'll notice this as we get onto it. Should be a really great supervillain. Like, he's super smart. Comes up with these really good plans. Has this great tech, but he's got such an ego. He's a little too big for his own britches.
He's the one who assembled the Sinister Seven, right?
Yes.
-1. Sinister 6.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Sinister 6.
Sinister.
But he. I think one of the reasons. I think this is also part of the reason why he's so down low on. He's number 5 on the list, is in recent years. Apparently he had cancer or something, and he was dying. So he created a machine to switch his brain with Spider-Man's brain.
I saw that.
And so he took over, and then Spider-Man was in his, and
Dying body.
yeah. Long story short, Doc Ock's body dies with Peter Parker's brain still in there.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
So now Doc Ock is Spider-Man, and because I guess Peter's quote unquote soul was still partly intact in the Spider-Man body. It made Doc Ock kind of turn his life around and rethink being a villain. He's like, I'm not going to be a villain. I'm going to be a Spider-Man. No, I'm going to be better than Spider-Man. I'm going to be the superior Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
And that's the name of the title of the comic.
Unfortunately, it was. But even more evil than that, don't you remember? Aunt May had a huge crush on him.
Oh yeah, they dated, didn't they?
You guys see that one?
No.
Yeah. There was wedding plans. I mean, to the point where, they're all sitting around dinner, and of course, Doc Ock don't know who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
Right.
But Peter's sitting there just seething. I mean, that dinner was the longest dinner in his life because Or you're sitting there watching this dear old Aunt Mage going, oh, Octavius.
Probably playing a little footsie under the table.
Yeah.
Is that a foot or a metallic tentacle?
Aunt May was getting some tentacles.
Censor! No JPEG found.
The YouTubes are gonna kill us.
That was a deleted panel. There's a lot of deleted panels. Like, no, guys, we can't. No. Like, I feel like we shouldn't have to do this.
I'm just imagining like Stan be like, we can't put this shit in our comic.
He's like, no, let it ride.
The freaking guy who created Wonder Woman's in the background going, pussy!
So that's my number 5.
All right, on my number 5, very, very recent for me anyway. A character from the Idiot route called the Idiot, which is a play on words because he's the created id of I think it's 4 mental patients. And his this doctor was trying to cure lunacy, and he ended up creating a being from the subconsciousness of these 4 people. And his main power, he actually confronts Batman in Rio, which was great because the Rio Olympics was going on, so I was thinking,
nice.
all right. But his main thing is that he eats brains by clawing his nails into the person's head and putting an idea so stupid and just insane that it melts the person's brain down. So then he can eat it. And that's how he, like, over the comic, that's how he slowly becomes more real and real.
That's like both a kind of awesome character and stupid at the same time.
It's idiotic.
I love it.
Yeah, I like, he's like, definitely, number 5, I just had to put him there.
That's awesome.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Right on.
So we going just comics, or can we go movies?
Yeah.
Movies,
Yeah, go for it.
Movies.
T-1000?
T-1000.
Nice.
I mean, you see him still, and you're like, oh, that's the goddamn T-1000. Why is he helping people? Like, I don't get this movie. Like, he's this, like, there's something, he's so goofy looking. Like, he's not imposing at all, but then he's just, like, stone face, chasing your car. Like, I lean more towards movies. That would be...
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
what-
yeah.
that's
a
good.
super villain.
All forums work on this.
Yeah.
The one you're talking about, the Liquid Terminator, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the guy.
Totally.
He was in the worst season of X-Files.
Well, actually,
Have you seen this boy?
I
Yes.
I always think of Wayne's World. Have you seen?
I agree. I would definitely agree with Jimmy and like Rob Zombie when he did Halloween.
You're like, oh, that's a T-1000.
No. He could have taken a cue from Cameron because when he made Michael Myers like this giant Frankenstein thing and everything, bigger isn't always better.
Yeah.
Or scarier.
No,
Look at
T-1000.
Gremlins and Critters.
Do what?
Look at Gremlins and Critters.
Gremlins.
Gremlins collectively number 4. No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good. Excellent pull. Excellent. I like that. All right, my number 4. We're doing number 4?
Yeah.
All right. Lex Luthor.
Fair enough.
Mine are comics. One.
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say
on
I don't
TV.
think the movie Lex Luthors are gonna make this list.
No.
My daddy
My daddy hit me.
Just shoving gummies into strangers' mouths.
Yeah.
Strawberry flavor.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
grandma's peach tea.
But no, if Lex Luthor's done right, he's the self-made man, egotistical. Everybody loved him though. I mean, he in the comics, he was the guy that built him and his parents built Metropolis from the ground up. Literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
He created jobs, opened banks, built museums. And everybody loved him. And that was the thing, though. That's what he was used to. He wanted that praise. He wanted those parades. He wanted all that. I mean, business. He'd walk through LexCorp and just be like, hey, know everybody's name. How's the family doing? Give him a little bonus. Oh, my kid's sick. Go ahead and take the day off. Here, you're paid. Stuff like that.
Stand-up guy.
And he's like, his ego and his drive, he was always looking down on everyone. To the point even where his parents got older and more frail and started making bad decisions, he killed them. He killed his own parents. But of course, that's behind the scenes.
Yeah. What? Good guy.
Just praise, and then along comes this alien who, I don't know if you remember, the first time they ever met, he was flying up above. He's out there on his balcony and everything. He's like, okay, well, if you need me, Superman, he's being Superman. Well, if you need me, just look up. And that stabbed him in the heart so much. I don't look up to anybody.
I'm building a bigger tower.
So that became, and his superior intellect. I mean, everything that is Lex Luthor is true.
Probably would hurt less for Soups to kick him in the nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, that's an awesome villain right there. Because at the point where he doesn't have any superpower. I mean, you're Superman. Superman is a tough character to write for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because not
He's
much
super-
happens to him.
he's
You know, it's like writing for Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like-
Pretty much.
it's like-
Number 3.
Space Jesus.
and then you put up him, his arch villain, against a guy who has no powers. I mean, no, you know, but
He's wicked smart.
he is, yeah. Wicked.
I'm just
And
mad.
apparently he's from Boston.
You see that Lex Luthor? That guy's wicked smart.
So yeah, that's my number 4 there.
Nice.
I'd have to give my number 4 to Bane.
Man, he broke the bat.
Yes, because one of the things that makes a villain onto my top list is usually, like in Lex Luthor's case, intelligence. That's usually what beats the superheroes and gets them. You know, it's what hurts them the most is a well thought out plan. A lot of people don't really think about it, but Bane is actually a genius. He's one of the only supervillains to himself actually figure out who the Batman was. And, you know, he goes to his parents' graves and, you know, digs them up and then beats the crap out of Batman and throws him in the grave and buries him in it.
Yes.
That is just...
I'm not a Bane fan, but that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's that's a great way to, you know, like, really hurt Batman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he has got thumbs recommend. Anyone else? I make this joke all the time to Sean, but in the movie, in that Batman movie, is it just me or did Bane kind of sound like Pee Wee Herman?
Oh my god.
I said the voice was
You
so
ruined the movie.
off-putting and such an odd choice for the body.
Like weird,
It's like
filtery voices never.
I said it was like Dino from the Flintstones talking into a big gold cup.
I don't know if it's still on YouTube,
Effects
but
budget for graphics, $100 million sound, $65.
And price of big.
Which they used to get Burger King.
I don't know if it's still on YouTube. If it is, I'll try and find it and put a link in the description. One of my buddies actually showed me the trailer to that Batman movie, where they dubbed all of Bane's voices in that trailer over with Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my gosh.
I am
That's
Gotham's
evil.
reckoning. You were merely born in the dark. So,
Pee Wee got arrested in the dark.
Oh, come on!
insert drum sound effects here.
Taking matters into his own hand.
Hopefully nobody else's problems either, though.
So, Bane gets my number 4 spot.
Right on.
Oh, funny. Have you seen Young Justice?
Yes, I have.
I like
One
how
of my
they
all-time favorite animated series.
got the guy who did Machete to do Bane's voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I just told. Holy crap! All right, but yeah, because you can have a luchador. All right.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Bane doesn't text.
All right.
All right, sir. Number 4.
My number 4, girl that definitely has a lot of issues. Baby Doll.
Ah.
Baby Doll.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with Baby Doll.
I know her a lot more from Batman the Animated Series, but she is an actress who has a disease that causes her not to age.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dealing with this young woman who is trying to get more jobs, but looks like little Annie, basically, little Goldilocks. And she's just eventually she tries to get like whenever she tries to get romantic with a guy, he can't get past the fact that she looks like she's 5.
Yeah.
But it's super
There's
depressing.
a joke in there somewhere. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cease and desist.
Everybody looks at me.
It's like,
That's a joke for another podcast.
Sure.
Where's Matt?
Matt's like, what's the joke? Yeah, my wife.
Oh, I can't wait for Matt to listen to this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I like that. Yeah, that's deep cut right there.
It
man.
is, yeah, and that, like,
She's probably so sick and tired of singing Animal Crackers in My
oh
Soup.
my god, yeah. She eventually snaps, and she carries around this little doll that has a gun in it.
Yeah.
And it's just like at the end of the episode, she's just crying into Batman's like knees. He's just comforting her.
There.
Yeah.
There. It's gonna be okay. This is not a settling tone, sir. I'm sorry. I've been smoking for like 35 years. Pat smokes. Marlboro Blacks.
Sponsored.
Cheap plug.
That's right.
This, Shane, Walking Dead.
Nice.
All right,
Nice,
that's
all
a good
right.
one.
Like,
You can't protect your car.
Coral. I was picking up on that way before that became a thing. Rick has the same speech every time. He'll get real loud and then he'll get real quiet. And he usually has something about holding on. It's like, how many times do you need this? We got it. We're holding on.
Yeah, we're there. That's like we were hanging out. We went to the panel at the con the other day with John Bernthal. And every movie, whether it be Wolf of Wall Street, The Punisher, we did The Punisher and Daredevil, or Shane, or the Fury, the tank movie.
Right.
There's that. It's his classic line. You know, like Schwarzenegger. I never thought about it till it was brought up. Like Schwarzenegger was always, "I'll be back." Let me ask you something.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah. Can't protect her, Rick.
But yeah, he was kind of just like he took all the shit for everything they end up doing anyway, the rest of the series. Like, but because it's him, he doesn't get to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does all the hard decisions early on and gets shit on for it and killed for it. And then once he's dead, they all have to start doing the shit Shane did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I mean, the series or the comics and everything.
They didn't
Go back and I mean, if you're all caught up with everything, go back to Shane was right.
Yeah, Shane
Because
was right.
look at Rick just wasn't ready yet at that time.
You know, it would.
Shane was ahead of the curve, so yeah.
Yeah, he just got fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
just right guy,
I
wrong
feel like
time.
if he hadn't been banging Rick's wife.
But they thought he was dead.
Yeah, that's true.
How many women? You can't just go to the bar.
Hey,
I mean,
that's a good point. Now,
Like it helps paint him as the bad guy. Is
Yeah, but
even if like Rick was presumed dead, it's like it's your partner's wife.
Still, that's the
Yeah.
excuse. Whereas when they get to Alexandria, look at Rick coveting dickhead doctor's wife. The blonde, Jessie.
is that in the show? I'm not caught up with the show quite yet.
They're at the show and the books.
I haven't now.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in
Okay.
the prison on the show. I'm way behind.
Well, Alexandria, they get to Alexandria and they've been out on the road for so long after the fall of the prison, and there's such a tight-knit, it's the group.
Yeah.
Right.
Where they get in there and then they find this community, like these houses, and they have running water and electricity.
Yeah,
and
they have.
everything, and they've never been outside. They don't know what's going on. And Rick just is like a predator to the point where, like, there's this one doctor that's there, but he happens to be an angry drunk and he's smacking around his kids and his wife.
Oh, I do vaguely
Gonna-
remember that.
And he's just like to the point where, that's fine. But he doesn't know that there's domestic violence going on. He just sees her, doesn't like him right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, as a
Because he's
cop-
always speaking out against him.
Yeah.
But she's real nice, and the kids are to the point where he sees him walking by one time, and he just like goes back for his gun, and then it's like, I'm like, Shane never did that. It's like, we know the Doctor's alive.
But like, you'd have to think if you get around people that soft after you've just been murdering people for like 6 years, you're like, I think we know who's in charge here.
He immediately starts talking with the group, in both. Just saying, look at these people. We can take this. They're easy. And this is Rick.
The
I was
guy.
Yeah.
So I guess that spot kind of goes to both Shane and Rick in a way,
I
doesn't
guess
it?
they're more anti-hero than villain, but I don't
Yeah.
know where you draw the
Well,
line.
yeah.
I'd say anti-heroes count. I got some anti-heroes on my list as well. I need to start watching The Walking Dead again.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. There was an episode where he fucking hid under the bed for a whole episode. And I was like, I can't deal week to week with this.
Oh. Well, my number 3.
Carl, I'm hiding under the bed, Carl.
Yeah. I have a machine gun, but we don't have the budget to use it.
Oh, they got the budget. My number 3 is also Walking Dead. The Governor.
I had a feeling he was gonna be on this list.
He was a son of a bitch in the beginning.
All that big dissertation I just did about Luthor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Governor is the quasi-bizarro Luthor. Whereas, okay, civilization has fallen apart. Everybody is dialed in on self-preservation, survival.
Yeah.
The Governor is like the master manipulator.
Yeah.
And he's like the ultimate politician.
Mm-hmm.
Just swaying everybody, preying upon everybody's common weakness, bringing people together, using them as pawns. And then behind the scenes, he's like, well, I guess maybe he is more Luthor-like. Raping Michonne repeatedly in the books.
God, that was horrible.
Oh, like he's got like this torture room that he keeps, but he's got this community and he provides safety and everything as long as, you stay in line. And
If you build it, they will come.
it's kind of like, what am I thinking of? Like They Live. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Just minus, you don't get to put on the glasses and see him for what he really is.
Yeah, he was like, at the end of that book, it was so dark, where it's like, he's got her chained up, he has the fish tanks full of heads, and then his daughter.
Oh, Penny, yeah.
That was so, like...
Did you ever read the backstory?
No.
The post-apocalyptic thing? Or
No.
right when the outbreak first happened? It's not even his daughter. That's his niece.
Oh, really?
Brian is not his real name. Or Philip's not his real name. His name's Brian.
Uh-huh.
And Philip was his
So
brother.
he kind of assumed his
His
identity.
brother died. When they were trying to
Nice.
get somewhere, they were part of a group. And then there was like these marauders who came out there and a stray bullet killed Penny. And he took her. And they made it, and then he made it to Woodbury.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just been keeping her, But, wow. Yeah. So,
Great.
It's something you don't think about when it comes to The Walking Dead is how deep those stories really go. Especially if you're just like watching the show, you don't really see all of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many more layers to it.
it's not even about zombies.
Yeah.
No.
It's about, it's like an ultimate survival story, and then
Yeah.
it turns into like morality tales. Like, what would
Yeah.
you do?
If
There is
you
no
could-
right or wrong.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong where it's like, you could do anything. Do you do the right thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the right thing at the time.
And I don't know about you guys, I'm going evil right away.
Yeah.
But
Let's
is
go
it
Mad Max.
Is it evil? That's the
Yeah, I'm
that's-
wearing dudes'
it's-
heads.
yeah.
I'm
Just leather and like pottery.
Yeah, you just take your morals and your conscience and everything, just throw it in a blender and
and then drink it.
yeah.
And then shit all over.
Yeah.
This is now the post-apocalyptic podcast.
Oh, we did
It's just
that one.
us talking into a microphone. There's no electricity. It doesn't work. We're just trying to keep our sanity somewhat.
We did a zombie apocalypse episode, and I
Yeah.
ended up getting shot for rifling through for cigarettes for
I did it. I did it for the group.
That's his excuse.
Each of the six.
You listen here. You listen to me, Sean.
I like to think I still had cigarettes, and I thought I was. I'm not taking any chances.
Was he bit? Nah.
Oh wait, that was his bag. Never mind.
Well, I guess I'm taking his cigarettes.
Happy with
Sean, you alright?
Oh man.
My go. I'm gonna give my number 3 spot. He's kind of an anti-hero. Lucifer Morningstar.
from Lucifer.
Yes, I've been meaning to get into the comics, so I've been doing some research, watched a little bit of the show. I actually kind of like the show, even though it's kind of a little drama-y, as TV shows tend to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good enough show all around that even people who don't like comics like to watch it. Like, I was at my family reunion thing, and my grandparents were like, "Hey, have you watched that Lucifer show? I really like that."
Nice.
I was like, "What?
Yeah.
You know that's on a comic, right?" "Yeah, I haven't read the comic, but it's a good show."
We watch it when we get home from church.
That'd be a great runtime.
I find his character incredibly interesting, and like the basis of most of his stories is like at least recently is he's on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He's not running hell right now. He's on vacation.
A couple thousand years, anyone would need a break.
Yeah.
If God could do it on Preacher, he can do it on his
It's like we're on break at the same time.
Yeah.
And he just runs a bar in Los Angeles, the city of angels.
That would have been my go-to.
Yeah.
Memphis. Anywhere else, yeah. Some small
In
town.
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ironically, it's the only bar that hasn't had an OD in front of it.
I'm planning on buying. They just released a new trade paperback recently. I'm planning on buying in the near future, so I can get more information about him and his, adventures and whatnot.
See, he says this when we're recording, so I constantly remind him.
Yeah, exactly. One of these days, I'm just going to read off the list.
That's all the podcast is going to be.
This is the big one, Sean. I really like his backstory a lot. Like they, explain, the story of Lucifer that most people don't really think about it is, before he was running hell, he was an angel.
Daddy's favorite.
Yeah. He was the most beautiful and the most powerful. Well, second most powerful. And he created the stars, which is how he got his name, Lucifer Morningstar. Is roughly, it's like creator of light or something like that, is what it means. But he makes a decision and decides to go against his father's will and gets banished to hell, where he reluctantly just does the job that was given to him because, he knows what happened last time he didn't do his job.
God will send him to super hell.
Send him to Syracuse. New York. Is it bad? No, it's just boring.
So I'll probably talk more about him in some future podcasts once I've read some of his comics. I don't really have much information on him other than that, but I really like his character so far.
Wait, you evil, evil bastard.
Series ends on a big cliffhanger. I like that. I like the series.
I'm a little behind on it because I get in the habit of watching like 6 or 7 shows all at the same time.
I get that.
And some get so interesting that the other ones that are in like a slow spot get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number 3?
Number 3, I'm gonna have to give it to Predator. Ever since the movie, I've just been infatuated with this alien hunter that hunts for honor and sport.
Yeah.
And just it's nowadays that's kind of frowned upon, but now I still love it.
Yeah.
I watch that movie at least once a year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like the quote, like we were talking about at work, like, how come they give Arnold Schwarzenegger like the most American sounding name they can find? So, John Everyman.
I almost shot Mountain Dew up my nose.
I have a question, though, on that. Now, at the risk of sounding like a dickhead, would Predator be considered a villain?
Well,
just for doing what he does?
From our perspective.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to get really philosophical, villainy is all from the perspective of someone else.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jaws is a villain. Just
Yeah.
a shark eating.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Tornado and tornado.
Tornado!
Well, he is kind of like
the
in a sense,
Sharknado in
He
Sharknado.
is sort of like Galactus. He's just a force of nature.
Fair enough. Touche.
Yeah. he just does what he does. But yeah, it's I definitely like Predator because he has like an honor. They have an honor system.
Mm-hmm.
They know when they're beat. They respect their combatants.
Yeah.
And
Do they though? He knew he was beat. He got smushed by a log. He's like, "Fuck, I'm blowing up the forest."
That's the last test, though. If
Yeah.
you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how good are you?
They're
Obviously, you're better than me, but are you better than this?
Than a nuke.
And they do kind of have like a Star Trek Prime Directive sort of thing, making
Yeah.
sure that their technology doesn't get into their hands, into other people's hands.
That's what it. Yeah.
No. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect them, I love them, and just give me more. I'm excited for the new movie coming out.
Oh, there's a
They're-
new movie. Sweet.
Yeah,
Oh, is it? They're remaking the original, aren't they?
not a remake. It's like its own thing.
A reboot.
Is it a standalone?
kind
yeah,
of thing.
standalone.
Reboot. Okay.
Oh, right on.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
You can drop some science on us, too, and news. All right, sir.
3, Prince Joffrey, King Joffrey, the most hateable little prick in all of movies.
Oh.
It's not only is he just awful and evil, but he's a fucking pussy.
Oh, my
I hate it.
God.
He's just, like, people, like, he runs to mother. Like, you're the king.
This,
You're-
for those who don't know,
Game
this
of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a few, there's...
I'm actually buying
The little blonde
getting a
fucker?
HBO.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
cliche. I almost didn't want to bring him up, but he's just so hateable. Like, there's one point he's like, mother! And it's like, oh, I want to just cave your head in. Like,
Punch him in
Now,
the face.
Jimmy, if you go back, if you do your history and you go back to Batman Begins,
he's the little fucking kid. That
that's what I want. I want to see him swoop in and be like, "Give me that periscope back."
push the kids off the
Stop this travesty right here
People are
now.
like shocked. He's like, you'll thank me later.
There was that one time that I killed.
We don't talk about it, but it was worth it.
He fell. I would have been fine.
an accident. I swear.
He's the greatest detective. Found out his real last name was Grayson, so he fell.
Oh, too soon. Just kidding. It's been years.
It's been years, decades. Joffrey. Oh my God. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, it's so awful.
that's awesome. What a horrible. Yeah, dude, you got to watch that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it yet?
He's never seen any. Yeah.
This
he's-
next paycheck, I'm getting HBO Go so I can watch all the Game of
God,
Thrones.
even in the book, he's just...
I'm told that doing that will wreck you. Utterly wreck you. So good luck with the rehab.
All right, Sean.
All right.
Number 2.
Number 2, I have Joker.
Fair enough.
Cliche.
It's like I said, it's tough, but the only reason he didn't make number 1, we'll get to that. But Joker is just, I mean, how do you combat, kind of like by Galactus?
Mm-hmm.
How do you combat a character who has no rhyme or reason and just does stuff and doesn't want anything? Because usually, like, when you're telling a story, right? There's no story without a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got a villain, obviously there's going to be a hero, right?
Mhm.
But the common denominator for villains is there's always an agenda.
There's
You
always
know,
a
there wants to-
backstory, and the thing I got from Joker is, like, he's perfect because there is no backstory.
There's no backstory.
Mhm.
There's no. I mean, he doesn't. What does he want? Like he doesn't know. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't want anything. What they say in the Nolan movie? Like he's like a dog chasing
He's
a
a
car.
car. He's like, he
yeah.
wouldn't know what to do when he got it.
Yeah, he's all. I just do things.
But, yeah, that's...
And that's the thing, you know. It's like, and that's the perfect example because like a Joseph Campbell quote. If you ever read Joseph Campbell, it did a book called "A Hero with 1,000 Faces."
Okay.
They pulled two. Dent pulled one, the famous one from that movie, saying, either you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Right.
I remember.
And the other one, it's like, it's through the villain where you get to see the hero at its core.
Mm-hmm.
His flaws, his weaknesses, you know, his likes, dislikes. It's through the villain that makes the hero. And that's the thing, you know, I mean, it says death of the family. It goes around, you know, that perfect symbiotic relationship between him and Batman. where he goes around and it's like, you've created this family, this Bat family. You know, he starts going around and just killing them all, going, all they're doing is bringing you down. I truly care about you. I want you at your best. And they're not doing it for you. They're dragging you down. They're like an albatross around your neck.
Yeah.
You know, a weakness. And so Joker's just like, I'm going to just kill everybody that you care about.
To make you better. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
It's almost like the jealous girlfriend.
Just the entire Batman series has just been one long love letter.
Pretty much. Exactly. So that's my number 2.
Nice.
I am going to give my number 2 spot to the world's greatest assassin, Deathstroke.
Deadpool? I mean,
Ooh.
yes, Deathstroke.
You need a timeout, don't you, Gary?
I'd say in the corner, but that's where the computer is. I really like Deathstroke as a villain or / anti-hero when the need arises. He's able to, you know, for the most part, hold his own against Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Batman usually comes out on top most of the time, but you know he's gotten one over on him once or twice.
Well, in the end, storytelling.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the villain win.
Yeah.
What would they do if they won? I'm running.
That's like the $1 million
I'm in the mayor's office. I'm president.
Yeah.
I'm just. I mean,
Have you ever
would they
seen-
really care if they had all the money in the world like they want?
They
Yeah.
actually tackled that in a DreamWorks movie, Megamind, if anyone's seen that. Okay, but another time.
But I digress.
He, you know, I think in Arrow they did a pretty good job, kind of like, for the most part, representing the character.
He was awesome.
Yeah, they did a really good job representing him. He was very well trained, great tactician, you know, and all the, you know, the weaponry, the suit. I don't
Serum?
really-
Yeah,
the serum.
He's got regeneration powers, don't he?
The serum, the way they used the serum was a little bit different than his origin.
Yeah.
But
It was still cool.
yeah, it was, the
different,
way
you
they
know?
did it was pretty cool.
I'm waiting to see. Did you guys hear the first Ben Affleck movie, Batman one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard
Cast,
rumors that he's going to be the villain.
No, it's confirmed.
It is?
And
Yeah.
they cast Joe Manganiello,
What was he in?
the werewolf from True Blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can picture him.
The big,
Yeah.
that's my wife's. She's very happy about that.
He's on, I'm guessing he's on her list.
Oh yeah,
Or you're like,
Yeah.
all right, he's on the list.
He should be on
Go do
everybody's
your
list.
thing.
He's like
you know
That's not
he's
fair.
married to that. So what's her name from Modern Family?
the. Oh yeah.
There's the leaked sex tape I'd like to see.
I wonder how that's going to go.
I wonder how he got his traps.
I wonder how that's going to go as him being the villain. I mean, there's got to be someone behind him because he's an assassin.
Well, him and they're doing 3.
Oh.
This is the first one.
Yeah.
So obviously, dude, they
So
got
at the-
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
Amanda Waller?
Yeah.
that'd be cool because he does join the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Deathstroke. Not to mention the fact.
And here's the actually that works really well into why he made like number 2 spot. He got out of the Suicide Squad without being released.
Yep. And he's also an inspiration for Matt because Teen Titans,
Yes.
I'm a pretty big Titan fan.
who remember there was a relationship with what's her name?
Uh,
Oh God, what is the alien? The one that's
Starfire?
Thank you,
yes,
Starfire.
Ron Perlman?
between Deathstroke and
Sex.
Wait, what? That wasn't in the cartoon.
That's a George Perez book.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like
no wonder he and Dick Grayson don't get along.
the alien that has a hard time with the concept of clothes,
Yeah.
and then the old guy with one eye. They're-
No.
That's why they're always fighting each other. You
Bubblegum and all work.
Coming home.
you fucked my girlfriend, Slade. Well, I don't like you for reasons, Grayson.
Right.
I don't. It's never really truly been stated, but I don't like you. So, Deathstroke gets my number 2 spot.
Nice.
Fair, yeah. Good old orange and black. All right. My number 2, the Daleks from Doctor Who.
Not familiar.
That's a timeless villain right there.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't like Doctor Who.
No, that's
Game
fair.
of Thrones, and now
That's
this
okay.
side we just switched.
Dear God. No, that's okay. Basically, they're descendants of a race of like human-like people, but they had like a nuclear explosion, and one half of the race turned like human, the other half turned into more science and shit. So they eventually turned into like these mutated little squid things that can only be housed in these deadly trash can spheres, kind of things.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and they're like, their one job is to kill everything that's not Dalek. It's and
Nazis.
Actually, no, that's like the inspiration.
Is that where they? How now? Doctor Who? How old? I know that's old. show.
62 years old. Now,
So that predates the Borg, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
I like the Borg. So it's like that. I like the Borg.
They're Cybermen are more related to the Borg, kind of.
Yeah, they're kind of a similar thing, except
The Daleks are they're organic originally. The Cybermen are organic turned metal.
yeah.
Okay.
But the Daleks, they think hatred is beautiful. Pardon my French, but they're a fucked up race. They've had time travel capabilities, and they've wiped out the world multiple times. In fact, the only way to beat them was the Doctor to destroy his home world and the Daleks' world at the same time.
And create like a void in space and time where these two like races never existed.
Mm-hmm. And yet the Daleks still come back. They're still poking their heads up.
You know who this sounds like?
Brainiac.
Not good.
I'm gonna smack the shit out you, Sean. I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're really they're like that's like the highlight of any story arc in Doctor Who for me is when they come in,
Oh,
except
yeah.
for hearing them speak.
No, that's actually
It gets their sound, the way that they talk gets a little grindy against your brain.
whenever
after a
they
while.
start to exterminate. That's like I get chills, honestly. And it's you wouldn't think that from how they look because the original design and how they are now
looks
is like a little spindly arm and a plunger attached
They
to a
look
trash
awful. Like
can
that-
with an eye.
when you describe that, I'm like, oh, that does sound cool. And then I'll look at a Dalek, I'm like, fucking just kick it over. It's going to be
You
stuck.
think that, but
Yeah.
it's like
I'm not familiar at all. But the way to hear Garrett describe it, that sounds like you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Dude, that even predates Yu Zhong Bong.
Yeah. Oh, by a long time.
Yeah.
it's
Yu
So
Zhong
like
Bong.
that could be the original right there. The Borg, Yu Zhong Bong.
I mean,
Holy crap.
I'd say it's safe to say that Doctor Who really is the reason most sci-fi genres these days have gone the direction that they have with the things like
And I've
Daleks outdate R2D2.
Well, yeah. I have tried to watch a few times, but I start from the beginning. I have to.
Yeah.
If I watch anything, I want to start from episode 1, season 1. But man, I tell you, that's
Well,
tough.
that
is
Eccleston's kind of hard to get through. But once you get to David Tennant, he's like everyone's.
That's
favorite
the guy.
Dalek.
That's
Yeah, he's a
Kilgrave, the Jessica Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Purple
him.
Man?
Yeah.
That guy was brilliant. And then somebody told me that's one of the doctors. I'm like, oh,
That was me. I was like, yeah, Doctor
I'm
Who
gonna
is
start watching from there because that guy is awesome.
he's a terrific actor.
He's just wonderful. He was in Fright Night.
yes,
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 yes.
yes.
Wonderful.
Jimmy.
Everybody looks at him. Number 2,
Number 2.
Alien.
Xenomorph.
Xenomorph.
Okay.
Very nice.
That is the most. Whenever I think of what a real alien, if we were to come across a real alien, that would be Alien. Like, there's no intelligent race. It's just it floats around space, dead. When
Yeah.
you get near it, it fucks you up until nobody's left.
Yep.
And then it goes back into dormancy. Like, it's the most disturbing to me because I mean, if you ever know anything about space, like the only creatures that survive are like water bears.
Oh yeah, those fucking.
And they live
tense.
for like thousands of years because they just go dormant until something gets near them.
What is it? A water,
A water
bear?
bear? Yeah.
It's like a germ.
It's kind of if you get like a microscopic.
It's got this
Are you saying bearer or
Bear.
bear?
like a bear, like a
Not bear, not that one.
bear aspirin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just And then in that movie, I mean, that movie's so well shot that he's always in that scene.
You're talking about the Ridley Scott one?
Yeah, the original,
Dude,
19...
that was... They say sci-fi. That was a straight out horror movie.
That was a straight up, like, that's the H.P. Lovecraft movie we
Oh,
never
yeah.
deserve.
Oh,
And
yeah.
never-
H.R. Geiger artwork and all that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just...
Whereas
I
the
mean,
second one was awesome too, but that was more
That was
action.
more
It was,
Yeah.
It was like, I always feel like James Cameron, what he does to a movie is just like, oh, I'll just add more of whatever's in
He's
it.
the king of the sequels.
Yeah,
I mean,
He's like, what's better than one Terminator 2?
exactly. D2.
We had 2 Terminators.
That's right.
Bunch of aliens.
Yeah, there's a million of them. They're not even scary
Yeah.
anymore.
That's awesome. Yeah, Xenomorph.
But you know,
And then he's like, there's a scene that my favorite is like where the chains are hanging. It's like you could easily hide Alien in every single shot in that
can.
movie. I mean, he's so the point where he's almost omnipresent. Like you're always
That's one of the many scenes. The first time I saw that movie, it scared me to death.
where the
I
tail
mean,
comes down and gets the
Tail-
guy through the
yeah,
chest.
yeah. The captain when he's in the vents and stuff and with the torch.
Yeah.
And he kept doing that, and finally came back. He's like,
They didn't tell anybody what was going to happen when Harry Dean Stanton coughed.
that's right.
that's
Oh
yes,
my God.
that's right.
That
Those
like
are
one
like
of the-
legit reactions.
Yeah, they
that
did.
that was live.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did that all. Like, nobody knew that his chest was going to
The
explode.
first chest burster.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's such a great movie.
Mm-hmm. It's great. You
That
know,
is.
it's my favorite. Like one of my all-time favorites. They rotate, but that one is
Yeah.
Always up
always.
there.
It's like that one, T2, and Predator. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
the pantheon of.
I'm just
The
gonna
Holy
watch old
Trinity.
movies. I just want to watch. Well, they're not old to me.
And you're old to all of
that's
us.
right.
How's the ankle, Sean?
Oh, not as bad as the hip.
Old graham cracker bones over here.
We were leaving when we left Comic-Con the other day. We were going to the parking garage, and there was like this uneven footing part, uneven part of the ground, and I twisted my ankle and threw out my hip, and I'm sitting there like this.
Don't make
And my wife saw me do it, but I didn't say. I'm like, I don't want to say anything to her. He's gonna make fun of me the whole way home. We drop him off. We come home. I'm just like, oh. It's still it hurts, man.
Ryan would never pick on you.
Never. You guys hear the? God, that's some really great villains.
Mhm.
It was like, what was the first one? The Idiot.
The idiot, yeah.
Is there some? Do they add humor to villains? Like, to that one?
He was kind of like the Cheshire Cat in a sense,
Okay.
but
Okay.
a lot less funny. Like he's more scary because he straight up killed children.
Right on.
Yeah, they gave
right
her-
on.
they-
Delicious children brain.
How about?
Right.
Do you
Oh,
guys?
yeah. That's how he transported. He would go into their minds and their heads would explode, and out pops the idiot.
Oh, whoa.
What about like? You read a lot. You read Green Lantern at all?
A little bit. I'm enough to get me by.
No Green Lantern.
No.
Not really.
Larfleeze,
Larfleeze?
the Orange Lantern,
Ah,
the
yeah.
greedy one.
Yes.
Oh,
he is
yeah.
awesome.
Remember the? You know what? There's a villain right there because he doesn't have any concept of Earth,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he finds out like he's just greed,
Yeah.
everything, and like he just it just consumes him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an Orange Lantern.
What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine.
Yeah, and he finds out, stumbles across the Earth concept of Santa Claus.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And he
Yes.
makes a list. Like all you have to do is make a list, and stuff gets brought to you. And then he gets so mad, and when Santa doesn't show up, that he just starts hunting him. Dude, it's so badass. I know it sounds ridiculous me telling it,
No,
but
I'm in.
it's so awesome.
For those of you that don't know, here's the Orange Lantern Corps oath.
Oh yeah,
Or his oath. He's the only Orange Lantern.
yeah. He's the only one. He doesn't want to share.
This power is mine. This is my light. Be it bright of day or black of night, I'll claim all that falls within my sight. I take what I want. That is my right. Gives me chills.
Yeah. But anyway, that's not my number one.
Okay.
That was an honorable mention.
quick thing about that. That particular comic has such a somber ending.
Yeah.
Because he still has trouble grasping, and he's like, well, everything you wanted on that list, Green Lantern says, was selfish. So of course you're not going to get it. And at the very bottom of the list, it said my family. I teared up a little bit when I saw that. I was like, oh, Oh, poor little greedy
yeah.
bastard.
So you didn't let me finish. So actually, my number one was Santa.
No, I'm kidding.
I will find you.
Oh, it's Santa Claus.
In all seriousness, though, number one, I had to pick Magneto.
Nice.
All right.
Magneto. And let me tell you why.
All right.
Everybody's familiar with X-Men.
Mhm.
Yes.
You've either read a book, seen a movie, blah, blah. So it's basically a social commentary on prejudice.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, where they do X-Men and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Mhm.
Whereas Magneto's like, or Xavier and his X-Men, like, we need to protect, help out threats, we have these gifts, even though they don't like us, they're doing the superhero thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Magneto's like, okay, these humans, they hate us, they fear us, let's give them a reason to fear us.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly belittling us, they're trying to kill us, I mean, we know Magneto's backstory,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
inside and out.
Yeah.
I love the constant war and the fight between the two factions and the humans. There's always collateral damage, this, that, and everything else. But then that moment where Charles and Eric just have those philosophical moments, like that peaceful gray area, when everything else is going on, they just sit there. There's never any backstabbing, and then, they know each other's history, the friendship. It's just that now that's what I was talking about earlier, as far as the hero, the villain, and even an extra layer of friendship. They actually acknowledge, talking about Batman, the Joker. They actually acknowledge what we're all thinking. If you really dive deep in that world, the reader part of it, where they're like, yes, and they acknowledge this, and it's like, yeah, it's who's right, who's wrong, Sure, I mean, yeah, obviously Magneto's going to be more dastardly and more, hardcore and stuff like that, but, he ain't really that far. It's the same as, like, for instance, like Jimmy said earlier, you have the backstory, there's always, like, some, heroes have tragedy, usually some sort of parental issue, whether it be dead or otherwise.
The tragedy is the breaking
The
point.
villain has the same thing, like Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Perfect example. He knows Barry Allen can go through time. He had that horrible thing happen to him. He's like, and asked him to go back and help fix it. And he did not. So he made it to where he had to go back and fix it for himself.
Okay.
He created tragedy, became the villain, and just made it, because Barry not doing that for him made an enemy out of him. And then the whole, I don't even want to get into the time thing because it's so yeah, that's Magneto.
It's funny that you mentioned that because that was my top pick.
What?
Oh.
Eobard Thawne.
Oh! Was it really?
Yeah. Because, like you said, that's part of the reason he became a villain.
Yeah.
He all started out because he was, in his present, which is our future. I'm the Flash's #1 fan. I want to be him, so he recreates the accident because at this point they're aware of it, and he gets on the cosmic treadmill because at that point that's already a thing. He goes back to the past, and he finds out, not like all the way back. At this point, Barry Allen's not alive. Wally is the Flash. And he's reading the paper, and it says Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. He's like, what? I'm the villain? When did I become the villain? How is this possible? And that's what leads to the events that you were just talking about.
Yes.
And he's dressed up as the Flash, and he's trying to, I'm not a villain. I'm a good guy, and he's trying to be a good guy. And he's saving people, but he's doing it, not the right way, not Barry's way, not Wally's way. And he ends up kind of throwing, as some supervillains do, a temper tantrum and wrecking a lot of stuff. But he kind of he gets the #1 spot for just the fact that he's the Flash's supervillain, and the Flash is up there in the same categories of favorites. And like I said earlier, I have a thing for those super smart villains. that have, you know, dastardly and like complex plans.
Meh.
Dick
Spidey
Dastardly
Whiplash.
yellow.
Damn you, Dudley Do Right.
See that? That's perfect. See how that worked? I'm not really a spoiler guy. I don't like spoiling a lot. But in this case, I'll just say I was leading up.
Yeah, he was totally in on it.
There we
I
go.
wasn't stepping on his toes or
Oh, of course, yes. It's his diabolical plan.
I'm his villain.
It all started here.
Damn you, Chub Fondue.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
That's a teaser. That's a teaser.
All right, number one.
Number one,
Number
Mr. Freeze.
Nice.
Excellent.
Oh yes,
Great
he's,
villain.
Like, I am huge fan. Call me masochist because I'm a huge fan of great suffering. Like any man who has to deal with great suffering.
Mhm.
And Mr. Freeze, I fell in love with him when I was like 5 or 6 when I saw the Batman the Animated Series and actually like felt things and emotions like, wow, this is sad.
That's that. You're talking about that Dad Didio episode.
Yeah,
Or I think is that the first time that they did?
I think so. That just the voice actor was perfect for him. And it's just he's. Oh, go ahead.
On that, the Mr. Freeze. I don't know if you've read any of the New 52 Batmans.
Not yet. Getting to it.
You'll really like how heartbreaking his origin story in that is.
All right.
It's so crazy. You can continue.
All right, but yeah, when you get down to it, although his methods are very questionable, he just wants his wife back.
Yeah.
In fact, even this is like the only time I'll ever credit this movie ever.
Yeah.
But even in the George Clooney Batman and Robin,
Masterpiece.
he's still
We're familiar.
yes. That Mr. Freeze, he's civil enough to help Batman cure Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a scientist at heart. But then again, who would want to help a known criminal? But and if no one's going to help him, he's got to get his own stuff.
Yeah.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really making us kind of rethink that abortion of a movie.
I don't know. We did a podcast on that one, and where were you on that? You actually could have lended some credibility because we were butchering it. Not as bad as Schumacher did, but
everything else, like the puns, the Schwarzenegger, everything is horrible. But
I do agree that like even though it was, you know, kind of a weird characterization of Freeze in that movie, you do kind of have to feel for the guy because he's like, you know, you can see the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's putting on that smile for his crew and that mean face for Batman, but you can see that his heart's freaking just breaking inside, having to look at his suspended wife in that tube every day.
Ends justify the means.
Yep.
In his eyes.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get really heartbreaking, get in Batman Unlimited series where, actually they do end up curing Nora, but she dies, and he's like in the future, and he's looking down at her gravestone, and he has to live with
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Way to bring the room down, Garrett.
Jimmy,
No, excellent. Yeah, man.
Walter White.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we
Like,
go.
it's the perfect example because we follow him all the way through. We know he doesn't want to do it. Like, and then we side with it. I sided with him everything he did.
I am the one who knocks.
Like, it's like the perfect. He's our generation's Michael Corleone. Like, he's felled by his own. Like, he starts off noble, wants to do right by his family, gets felled by his own ambition, defeats his enemies, and then, you know, his enemies become his family, and he realizes how far he's really gone.
Talk about that's one hell of a story arc, right?
Right? Yeah. It's like
I've
right.
never really heard his character portrayed in that exact
That's
and that really makes you
on.
rethink it.
Like it's perfect. Like from start to finish. Like you start off, he's ready to kill himself.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to. He knows he's evil. Like he knows what he's doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to get caught. He just wants to earn some family or money for his family because he knows he's dead.
Yeah.
He's a dead man. And then the first thing he has to do is like the most horrific thing you can think to have to do to someone. Just strangle him to death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it's like from there it's just like, well, I'm pot committed. Like
Yeah.
Did you, when you watched the very last episode, did you go back and watch the first one and be like,
Yeah, like
you know?
like how do you get here? Like we know how you get
Yeah,
here,
but it's
like,
wow.
It's like- Yeah.
and it's also like he's so wronged from the very beginning. Like he's a good dad. He knows take care of his son with special needs.
yeah.
He's got a baby on the way that he didn't plan for. He got fucked over in his business. He's a teacher that just gets shit on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets cancer for like no reason. Doesn't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, and then his wife's awful to him.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Hank, but it's like Hank's just like he's so emasculated. The first thing is like he's like he holds the gun. He's like, oh, it's heavy. He's like, that's why they hire men, huh?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, he gets it at home. He gets it at work.
The good old boys club.
That kind of makes me think about like how their roles reverse as the series goes on. Walter's he's getting like manly. He's like, I'll get my son drunk as shit at this party, and Hank's like, oh, I don't know if you should do that.
Yeah.
And like as Hank, he gets shot and he can't get an erection anymore, so his wife's trying to give him a hand job at the hospital. He's like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to have sex. Yada yada yada.
Well, he literally Walter literally breaks Hank.
Yeah.
Like he breaks his brain. He's obsessed with crystals. That's why he's collecting all these rocks because he can't understand.
I never really thought about that before. Like,
no. As far as Hank goes, like Walter hid in plain sight.
Yeah.
Like
everything was right in front of him.
I mean, he's literally going, "You got me." Like, I mean, that was,
Mm-hmm.
who does it stand for? Walter White. He's sitting right there, like almost goading him, like, "Yeah, you're dumb. Like, I'm way smarter than you."
Yeah.
I think that's how that kind of brings me across one of my honorable mentions because he didn't quite make the list. The Riddler. I think that's how the Riddler thinks his plans are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Like, Batman, I'm smarter than you.
And then when Hank finally does catch him, it's just like he flips it on him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, Hank made me do it. He had connections in the drug world and pretty much
wow.
threatened me." It's just like now he makes Hank the villain.
Because he lost control of that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best characteristics about Walter. He's like,
he's
on his feet. He's boom, like new plan. I just thought of it. Like he's quick on his feet with his wits and whatnot.
That's what I remember from day one. That's the dude I wanted in Bryan Cranston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm down.
I remember.
Kevin Spacey, I thought he was a pretty good.
Yeah. Well, he was the only Luthor that stuck it in and broke it off.
But then that's what I hate about Superman. He's like, he's fine.
Prison shanked.
Like you literally get shanked with your one weakness, and you live. It's like
all
not
right,
really
I
a
can
weakness.
still lift.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to Sean about Walter White, and he's like, I love the character because he's telling these lies, trying to act tough, and he starts believing his own shit. He's like, yeah, I am the one who knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else has been killed. I mean, he's the only one left.
I think what it finally broke him was that pizza on the roof.
I really wanted that.
It's still up there.
I guess that house still complains that people go to their house.
I
and
heard
throw
that.
pizza.
I heard that. People do that.
Oh, don't throw pizza in houses,
That's
people.
awesome.
So those are our top 5 villains. That was really fun. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Mm-hmm. That was
Now,
great.
one more
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yes.
Get in real close. I'm not going to do a.
I'm
I'm not
ready.
going to. Yeah, I want to end it.
Ooh,
with
is this
that.
fan fiction?
Yeah, Slash.
And then Ryan bent Sean over and started going to town. Why is Sean receiving? We don't know. All right.
Massaging my head.
Sean looks back and says, "Everybody wants to feel pretty."
Pretty girl.
Biggest girl to harvest new ball.
The dark is generous. The first gift is concealment. Our true faces lie in the dark beneath our skins. Our true hearts remain shadowed, deeper still. But the greatest concealment lies not in protecting our secret truths, but in hiding from us the truths of others. The dark protects us from what we dare not know. Its second gift is comforting illusion. The ease of gentle dreams in night's embrace, the beauty that imagination brings to what would repel in the world's harsh light, or day's harsh light. I can't read. But the greatest of its comforts is the illusion that the dark is temporary, that every night brings a new day, because it is day that is temporary. Day is the illusion. Its third gift is the light itself, as days are defined by the nights that divide them, as stars are defined by the infinite black through which they wheel. The dark embraces the light and brings it forth from the center of its own self. With each victory of the light, it is the dark that wins. The dark is generous and it is patient. It is the dark that seeds cruelty into justice, that drips contempt into compassion, that poisons love with grains of doubt. The dark can be patient because the slightest drop of rain will cause those seeds to sprout. The rain will come and the seeds will sprout. From the dark is the soil in which they grow, and it is the clouds above them, and it waits behind the stars that gives them light. The dark's patience is infinite. Eventually, even the stars burn out. The dark is generous and it is patient, and it always wins. It's always because it is everywhere. It is in the wood that burns in your hearth, and in the kettle on the fire. It is under your chair and under your table and under the sheets of your bed. Walk in the midday sun, and the dark is with you. Attach to the soles of your feet. The brightest light casts the darkest shadow.
Have a night.